What is up, my amazing YouTube friends? My name is Beat. This is P4S Detailing Studio. So excited that you are here with me to detail a 2021 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon Eco Diesel. This is awesome, and I'm super excited. There are a ton of accessories. Gonna do the interior and the exterior. There are some custom graphics, custom little badging on here that this customer did not install on there. They were on there when they purchased the vehicle, but they do not want them on there anymore. So we're gonna get those removed, that badging removed, and then clean up behind it. Maybe have to paint correct just a tiny bit so that there aren't imperfections in there. And then we'll just get it all paint protected. And then the inside, the interior is just, it's not in horrible shape, but it's a Jeep. So let's do this. Really nice that there's not carpet under here. They do have the metal wheel well covers, and that shouldn't be too bad. I don't know how well they'll clean up because they're that kind of pitted black paint, and sometimes that holds onto that, or it stains, I guess, long term. But really cool shocks, a lot of aftermarket stuff. Spartacus just came sprinting out here. He said, "Dad, Dad, 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 Mom fell down the stairs." So I obviously sprinted inside, and my beautiful bride, poor girl, she slipped halfway down the stairs, kind of the cartoon where your feet come out from under you. So she butt slid basically bam, 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 almost all the way down the stairs. And then she tried to catch it with her hand. Lots of pain. She's okay, but it's a bummer. I chuckle a little bit, but it is sad. And she's okay. That's the only reason I can chuckle. Tons of mud on here. I did notice some of the electronics, like right in there, they've got a piece of wire hanging down a little bit. So I'll be careful when I hit that area with the pressure washer. But because it's a Jeep, it's got some dust on here. We're gonna use a pre-wash to bond with that dust, take it safely to the floor as we do the first rinse. As I was prepping to detail, I was actually talking on the phone and thinking about it, and I was confused why there was mud back here but no mud here. And I remembered the customer couldn't bring this Gladiator over last week because the doors were off and their husband was out of town, so they weren't able to put it back on. So it looks like they went mudding without the doors on. The rinsing, it didn't look like there was a lot of mud. There was a lot in the undercarriage and then just hidden here and there on the bumpers, but we got it off, and now we're gonna get even more of that grime off by foam cannoning and hand washing. always, but sometimes vehicles have a ton of contamination on them and need a little bit of extra time and love. But regardless, even if it's not horrible, there's always some contamination on, and the least invasive way, the least impactful way to remove contamination is a iron remover or a decon spray, whatever you want. They all stink, but they all work pretty well. Most of them work pretty good. What one did I not like? G-Techniques was too spongy. It didn't spray very good, even out of their sprayer. It worked okay, but I like Adam's iron remover. It's good for the cost, especially because I detail a ton, and it works pretty good as a product. These stickers took a little bit longer than I anticipated to take off. I tried heat on that driver's side. It just, the backing wasn't all the way there. So the heat really didn't make any bit of difference. I just had to kind of get it off there. And then I paint corrected very carefully. I actually paint corrected a pretty decent scratch over on that other side by that trail rated badging. But I do want to state that I understand these are a political statement. This, me removing them, is not a political statement. This is just me taking these faded stickers off of the customer's vehicle at their request. So do not, internet, just calm down, please. Washing ended up amazing. The paint looks really good. Obviously, I'm a fan because I have a Sting Gray Jeep Wrangler. Not on 37s, unfortunately. Let's paint protect with 303's touchless sealant. Well, I have detailed the interior of many a Jeep many a time, and now it is time to just do the inside of this one. I'm very familiar with all the nooks and crannies. One thing I did notice is there's dust everywhere, which totally happens, but the surfaces that the dust is covering is like the plastic and some of the leather. So I'm not super worried. I don't think this is gonna take a long time, but it is gonna be a pretty sick transformation. So smiles on my face, let's go to work. I was reminded when this customer dropped this vehicle off because we talked about a place called Moab, Utah. It's in central Utah, it's in the desert. It is amazing. Jeep proper even goes there for one big event, and it's awesome with Jeep trails. There is a creek down in Moab, and it's really fun to look in the creek, especially after flash flooding. And on June 21st, there was some flash flooding down there. So on Sunday, last week, whatever, it's been a bit, we actually took off and went down to this creek and drove the Jeep through it and played around and kind of hung out. But there's a story about my beautiful bride, her falling today, me thinking about Moab, reminded me about it, and I'll tell you in a minute. But holy cow, it was an adventure. pretty sure that every piece of detailing is its own little bundle of joy. But I do love cleaning plastic and leather. I don't know why, it just seems super transformative. Extracting can be pretty epic, but I'm a bigger fan of doing the plastic and leather. So we've got P&S Express interior detailing. We are going to brush the leather first, then we will use the steam cleaner to steam clean the plastics. And I'll try and sneak story time if I remember. I just talked to my beautiful wife and it reminded me of my little story. So we'll try and get to that in just a sec, but I want to get going on this leather first. We'll come over here. All right, my dear friends, story time. We, my beautiful bride, Spartacus, and the monkey, we love this river down in Moab, and we go and play in it. Well, one time, it's been 2 years or something ago, there's this cliff right next to the river, and my beautiful bride was actually up on the cliff, and all of a sudden, I just heard a splash. And I heard my name and then a splash, and I look over, and I actually couldn't see my beautiful bride. And then all of a sudden, she popped out of the water like Wolverine out of that tank after he got the adamantium. I was like, wait, what happened? Apparently, she had lost her footing up on the cliff and fallen down. So last time we were down there, I actually took the video, and here you can see me pointing. That is the spot where she fell from, and it was a pretty good fall. It cut up her leg. I'm not going to show you the picture, but it was wild, and I still obviously shouldn't be giggling about it, but I'm totally giggling about it. Let's dress the plastic and the leather with the ever epic product, Car Pro Pearl. And I gotta wash rags tonight. And we'll do the leather as well. I think I said that. So let's get the carpro pearl out, get my brush, got my applicating tools. I would like to take some time to thank the customer. Thank you, epic customer, for letting me detail this Gladiator. It was so sick. I'm glad I could remove those crappy looking decals and get the paint corrected around it. Obviously, I almost took the paint correction too far, but that wasn't today's project. I hope you love this. Thanks for letting me detail it, and I hope you like this video. Holy goodness, I feel like all I have done for the past year is detail. It seems like I've done a ton lately, but I've got a couple of cool videos, a couple of cool things of footage, and I do love detailing. It's my zen. Thanks for hanging out. See you on the next one. Bye.